So how do I want to teach? Teaching fractions and math. I want to, first of all, engage the students visually and also in a rapport of the kind that would be functioning as a pre-assessment in terms of delving into what they know, giving them an initial glimpse into what they already understand about fractions based on their own innate life experience, so as to begin to engage their own executive functioning skills, which will, as time goes by and they build a little momentum, allow them to take charge of their own thinking process and kind of motivate the students before introducing hardcore concepts. Now, for this reason, on the EdTPA lesson plan that I'm submitting, I include in language demands a kind of general discourse. In other words, students will include, their discourse will include application of the requisite vocabulary of fractions generalized to terms that reference practical activities in their daily lives, such as preparing and cutting sections of foods in the kitchen in their home. Now, the lesson plan's name is Fractions of a Whole. I am Anthony Block, and this is a group project for ESDN 640 at Touro College, Graduate School of Education. My partners are Annalise Peralta and Janelle Hartley. And it is for a second grade class, possibly a first grade, but mostly second grade. And there are 19 students, one of which is a special education student in a collaborative learning classroom. Now, our focus learner is a bilingual student whose category of special ed is specific learning disability with a delay in the English language, which of course affects his performance in other academic areas as well, including math. He's delayed by 1 year in math, in fact. And, well, he's going to be accommodated with a fractions manipulative, fraction circle we call it, during the lesson while the para keeps him kind of on target and on task. He'll be given this to kind of be able to use his tactile sense, which he enjoys using. He has a learning preference in terms of kinesthetic. So the use of manipulatives is indicated on his IEP. Now, the lesson plan is part of an overall unit of study that is leading the students towards being able to count forward and backward in 2s and 5s. And it is also designed to accommodate a goal on the Focus Learner's IEP. It's an annual goal that he will be able to skip count forward and backward by 2s, 5s, and 10s. All this is summarized on the EdTPA planning document that is an overview of the EdTPA lesson plan that I'm reviewing here. A specific math goal on the IEP is that he will be able to solve word problems. Also on the IEP, under student strengths, he seeks out other students and voices a preference for fellow students in his small group instruction. So he has an interpersonal learning preference. So we have also built, under differentiation, a small collaborative group exercise on the lesson plan. And we're going to break out one of those groups for our focus learner. It'll be to solve a word problem, such as how can 2 where 4 people share 1 orange, 2 oranges, or 8 oranges. What are ways in which fractions can help us figure this out? So here under accommodations, differentiation, and support, we are accommodating for our focused learner both his math goals, which is dealing with working on problem solving, word problems, and also his learning preference of working in small collaborative groups. Finally, on his IEP under annual goals for speech, there is an expressive language skill that we are accommodating. So our receptive expressive communication goal for this lesson is based on this communication goal on his IEP, that he will improve expressive language skills in order to make connections between self, text, and the world around him. So the goal for the focused learner is to connect the lesson on fractions with his own experience in his home, sharing and partitioning food, and to express this to his group.